Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today is February 27th and we're celebrating two birthdays, which means two different birthday request videos. So as you can see, this one here is on Idle Threat and the other one is on J Limo. So if you want to see my review of J Limo, you can check out that video on my channel as well. I plan on uploading both birthday requests around the same time. I find it really cool that two people who both watch my channel and are Cars fans were born on the same day. And that is very, very cool and coincidental. So now let's dive right into this specific birthday request. So happy birthday, Sabih. Sabah, I'm very sorry if I mispronounced your name, so please let me know in the comment section below how to correctly pronounce it. But anyway, I hope you're having an amazing day today, and I hope this video makes your day even better. Now, if anyone out there would like to make a birthday request of their own, you can definitely do so, but there are a couple things that you have to keep in mind. Please make sure that you submit your request at least 1 month before your birthday, just so I have enough time to make it. And just to be on the safe side of things, watch that video in the description below. There's a link to it right at the top, and it explains how to make a correct birthday request and suggestion video as well. So that is all for the introduction, and now let's dive right into the review of this awesome diecast called Idle Threat. So starting with his appearance, you may not recognize him from any of the Cars movies, and you are absolutely correct because he didn't appear in any of the Cars movies. He actually appeared in a short called Radiator Springs 500 and a half. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out on YouTube or on Disney's website, but I'll give you guys a brief summary. So basically, they're celebrating an anniversary of Stanley founding the town, I do believe. It's all nice and calm until this group of off-road cars shows up, challenging Lightning McQueen to a race. They heard he was like the fastest car in the West. Mater makes like a little joke about him being the fastest car in the North, East, South, and West. So this is the group of off-road cars. They are led by Sandy Dune, which is this guy right here. And the other ones, they actually talk, I believe, but they only have like 1 or 2 lines. So I think Idle Threat does talk, but he definitely does have a big part. He just kind of serves the purpose of being a little villain part of Sandy's group here. So then McQueen accepts their challenge to race because Sandy insulted Stanley and McQueen took offense at that. So they race through this really rough terrain of Radiator Springs and Ornament Valley because they misinterpreted Mater's directions. But it all ends off good because then they realize that if Stanley traveled through these parts of Ornament Valley, then he must be a really tough guy. So it was pretty uplifting and pretty funny when Mater was taking all the rest of the Radiator Springs townies through a tour of Ornament Valley. So a very, very good short and one of the most recent ones. I think they had a couple more after it that were very, very short. But other than that, this was pretty much the most recent Cars footage we have seen leading up to Cars 3. So that's where Idle Threat appeared, kind of like a villain, but you know, not like a huge villain like Chip Hicks or Sandy himself. And now moving on to his release, he was originally released in late 2014 as this kind of like single deluxe. They retailed for like $6, I believe. And then 2015, he got a re-release kind of in the same packaging, but it was in varied colors. So it was kind of like white and red, and then it was red and silver. So I'll be showing pictures to refresh your guys' memory. You can see them right there on the card back. The only one that I have in the package from the Radiator Springs 500 and a half is Sarge here from 2015. They call him Stanley Day Sarge, and just so you guys can see some of the other ones there on the back. There were 8 single deluxes, wherever you want to call them, plus an exclusive Ramon in a Walmart exclusive set. So that is all for his release and appearance, and now let's dive right into the review of him. So I really like his menacing expression. He looks determined to beat Lightning McQueen. He has these yellow springs on either side of him in the front and in the back for his suspension, but the actual diecast doesn't have any suspension, but the wheels do turn quite a bit, so you can have some pretty good turning action with this guy. It says Idle Threat there on the side, and he actually has some Piston Cup sponsors such as revolting down there, mood springs, little torquey pistons, clutch aid, no stall, nice weight, and it looks like something that we haven't really seen before. See that 2-1 right there? I'm not entirely sure what that is. I think we can see a little bit better look at it on the other side, but that is, it might be a sponsor for Piston Cup Racer and Cars 3. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't know too much about that. On the back here, it just says Idle Threat. He has his spare tire right there. And now I really like how they actually made it silver there to match the silver there, because, you know, this is something that Mattel does quite often when there is an extra tire. So check out Sarge here. He has kind of like that green rim there with the brown tires. And for his spare tire, they just made it all brown. I don't like that. I mean, come on, just paint silver. So I'm glad that they didn't make the entire tire here black. The entire tire. So that's kind of funny. But the entire tire, I'm glad that they didn't make it all black. And they actually had the hubcap rim in there silver with the nice kind of maroon strapping on it there as well. Here's the other side. It looks like 6'2", kind of weird. Like, and then there's some text above it, like OGI. I'm not entirely sure what that says, but it's very cool. That has this like continuance of Piston Cup race sponsors, such as the ones I previously mentioned. Here's the base if you're interested. Nothing too much. This was a 2014 release, so they were definitely on their way to including a lot on the base. On the top here, he has an antenna and kind of some overhead headlights there. Very, very nice. Kind of that typical dune buggy off-road car. And there's not really anyone to compare him to except for the other Radiator Springs 500.5 cars themselves. Here, like Blue Grit, who's like absolutely amazing. He has the overhead headlights as well. The bumper protector in the front there. Super huge tires. And he has 2 spare tires in the back as well. So I think he's my favorite out of all the ones from the RS 500.5 short. Blue Grit would be, because he's just so cool and he's kind of similar to a video game character as well. Then we have Shifty Sidewinder, who I talked about in my Easter Buggy review, because he actually is modeled after a Volkswagen Bug, same as the Easter Buggy. He has a spare tire as well. Looks like Sandy is the only one that doesn't have a spare tire, so I don't know what's going to happen to him if he loses a tire hitting a rock or something. Yeah, he doesn't really have an extra tire. Maybe it's in his like trunk, or maybe it's actually here because this is where like the trunk would be, because the engine is in the back. So I guess we can imagine that. But even McQueen has a spare tire. Look at that. Look how awesome that is. I'm glad that they painted them. So these were definitely worth the $6 in my opinion. So very, very cool. And I actually never reviewed this guy back in the past because I got them when I was moving, and I didn't open any cars when I was moving because then it would just be more effort for me to package them up individually. So when I had them in the package, I can just put them in a box and then move them. But that's a little off topic. Being the Mater here, overhead headlights, and there is his spare tire. And that is all for the review of Idle Threat. You guys want to see some fun comparisons? Alright. Here's Craig Facer. I just looked around my room. I'm like, what could be like remotely similar to Idle Threat? I came up with Craig Facer. He's kind of cool. He's like a monster truck. Smaller monster truck. Their tires are around the same size. And then this one's a pretty good comparison. Miss Fritter. Oh, Miss Fritter. Everyone's favorite school bus. I just wanted to mention, if you were wondering, I think that Miss Fritter is actually kind of based off of the Magic School Bus, because I'm pretty sure the name of that driver was like Miss Frizzle? I'm not entirely sure, but it's definitely very similar to Fritter. And just for size comparison, if you guys are wondering, in comparison to Lightning McQueen there. So that was all for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, happy birthday, Sabih. Again, I apologize if I mispronounced your name, but I hope the video was enjoyable for you and everyone else in general as well. I'll see you guys hopefully sometime this week for another video. I think my next video will most likely be my hunting vlog, the in-store episode where I go around and find Case A that I reviewed yesterday. So I'll see you guys next time for another video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching. Bye now.